Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the month of August 2021. We're just gonna jump right in here, Aries, and we are gonna see what comes up for you this month. I love this card right here, this electric eel spirit. It says, bring your ideas to life, but to me, it's like a card of hope as well. It's kind of like that, just like sometimes I think people just need that little spark of inspiration just to, improve their lives or whatever. But let's see here. Aries, you have a lot of kings showing up here and queens, a lot of people showing up here in general, so definitely something to pay attention to. But let's see here, Aries. Aries, you have the death card. Something is clearly changing in your life. In a lot of ways, I feel like you are changing yourself. You yourself are changing. And I've been talking about this quite a bit for you because I think that there is a lot of growth coming in for you here where you're going to be just expanding. I'm pretty sure I said this in your last reading. The feelings I get for you, Aries, and you're the only sign that I get these specific feelings for. It's strange how like all the readings have been very similar this month, except for yours now. And what I would say is I get this feeling of expansion, growth, but it's like you're really taking something to the next level. It blows my mind that the Two of Swords has come up for pretty much every single sign. So there's clearly a new opportunity for pretty much everybody, but for you, it's different because I feel like it's like you're taking whatever you do to the next level, especially for those of you who have like a business. It's like you're taking it and you're evolving it, making it bigger, or maybe you're on YouTube, same thing. And that's really the story that I've been getting here, but there is some sort of change that is going on in your life. You have the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands here. This is like a zippy energy that I get here, Aries. For some of you, I get a very specific story. I'm just going to tell you what it is, okay? For some of you, I feel like you're walking away from a person here, plain and simple. I feel like it's someone who's super inconsistent. I feel like it's someone who can't make up their mind to save their life. Probably someone who just ties their own shoes together. Two of Swords, right? Someone who can't even tie their shoes. Someone who probably puts on their shirt inside out, right? So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you're walking away from someone who is just too inconsistent. Look, King of Cups and Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, and you have this Simplicity card. I'm not going to drag this out as a love reading, but plain and simple, if you're looking for love, there is a person who's coming in for you in the future probably who is simple, who just keeps things simple, not all complicated. I feel like there is a person over here that you're walking away from if that story is for you, where it's like I feel like they overcomplicate their own life. It's like if you really look at it, King of Wands, he's got like great discernment. He is really good at looking at situations and being like, not a good situation, right? So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be seeing a person here with the King of Wands from your past or someone you're with now, and I feel like you're like, this person just makes life overcomplicated. It makes things difficult. And it's like, that's what you're walking away from as far as love is concerned. For others, this has to do with work. So King of Pentacles, again, you have the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands here. I feel like something is too inconsistent, and I do feel that can that can create a lot of stress. It's like if you're always wondering, when's my next paycheck going to show up? Is my next paycheck going to be the same amount, right? It's like I have all these questions popping into my head here, Aries, and I feel like you're saying to yourself, I don't want this anymore. I want things to be consistent or at least a little bit more secure. And so for some of you, I even see some of you here, it doesn't really show up in the cards. It's more of like an intuitive thing. Again, if you don't know, I channel my messages. I just say whatever comes into my mouth. That's it, right? But what I would say here is I just intuitively feel that this is one of those readings where some of you could be adding on another stream of income, right? You could be doing something on the side or creating another business on the side or something, or it's like you're adding something to your current business or taking it to the next level, like I said. And this is going to make the difference. I feel like this is going to make you feel more secure. I feel like it's going to make you, and not only that, it's like, to me, this is like a winning thing. It's like when we have a win like that, where we create more security, then guess what happens? We just have like another win and another one. And so you're really, the thing I like about this reading, I would say just what I feel intuitively is it's like you're improving the energy around you, which is just going to, kind of create that snowball effect of improvements. So love it. You have the Ace of Cups here, so definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. Again, if I'm being honest, I feel this is more like in the future here in this row. And I always tell people I don't trust psychic timing at all. And to me, things happen when they're supposed to happen. Not only that, we can make things happen faster if we put in the work. Like if you want love, I always make the joke, right? I made it at least 3 times this week that if I went to the store and asked every single person out in the store, someone would say yes, guarantee it. And that would happen for everybody. So, I guarantee you someone would say yes. So we can have love whenever we want it. But is it the type? Is it the quality? I mean, that's, another story. But the point is, we can have it whenever we want it. So, I feel like this is more in the future. You have the 4 of Swords here. And let's see here, and the Magician and the Queen of Wands. A lot of Wands energy, your energy showing up here. That 4 of Swords, I really feel like this is you, like, seeing something. There's a stained glass window up here, Aries, and he is, like, dreaming. Basically, in that stained glass window, there's a person who's being blessed. And I feel like you're seeing like someone else receiving their blessings. It's like you're seeing someone else get some blessings in life, and you're just like, I want those blessings. I want that. And I would say that the positive thing here is I don't think you're comparing yourself. I feel like you're just saying, I want that. There's nothing wrong with that. The Magician just says, you can make it happen. The Magician is pointing towards the moon, and normally I would say maybe, okay, a little bit scary, but the moon doesn't say stop. There's a path straight down the moon. And the moon just says, don't get off your path. The moon is a warning. It just says, if you want something, keep working towards it no matter what happens in your life, right? It's like, how many stories do we need to hear to convince us of this, right? I mean, it's like you have Colonel Sanders, right? He tried to sell his KFC chicken recipe until he was like, 70 years old or 67 or however old he was, right? And he just didn't stop. He went through the moon. He kept going regardless, and then he became very successful. So, to me, I'm convinced at this point in my life that it's like if you just don't stop, you will eventually be successful on whatever it is that you desire to have. So, that's what I'll say there. But I would keep going for sure. The Magician is really saying you're kind of creating your own reality at this time. And we see this even more because you have the Electric Eel Spirit. This card says bring your ideas to life. So I feel you have a lot of ideas at this time. And I feel like you just need to try some of your ideas. I know that sounds ridiculously simple, but I feel like it'll work. So, I would just, whatever ideas you're having or whatever you're dreaming or thinking, I would definitely get moving with that Electric Eel Spirit energy. You have the 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Moon. And I feel like you're saying, but Chris, I don't know where to start. Or I have never done what I'm thinking about before. And but I feel like that's true for, I think the secret is that that's true for everybody. It's like, I feel like that's what people need to realize is it's like nobody actually knows what they're doing, right? So I feel like if you can understand that, then you're going to be perfectly fine. I would definitely say that this row is saying don't allow fears to hold you back. I feel like there could be like a lot of worries and fears with the moon card. I always tell stories about my friend Lewis. I have this friend Lewis from high school, and he's like one of those people where it's like we used to call him Dumb Luck Lewis because he just had like dumb luck, right? Where he would just like stumble into things or things would just happen in his life. And, I've told stories about him before, even on my other channel as well. But the other thing about him is he's one of those people where he doesn't really worry about consequences or he doesn't really worry about things that are that could happen that could happen, basically. And it's kind of like a weird thing because I'm not talking about, he doesn't do anything illegal or anything like that, but, it's like I think people think like, oh, I want to start a business, but then I'm going to have to like file an LLC. Someone who's like a Lewis, he just does it. He doesn't think about filing the LLC. He just starts the business. He just sees if it's going to work. He just jumps right into things, right? And, he's one of those people. I mean, again, the reason I'm talking about, I've tried to become more like him because I'm a Pisces and I worry about, I don't know, everything that could possibly happen. But he just does stuff. And what the thing is he's ridiculously successful in love, in business, everything. And, I truly believe it's because he doesn't, like, worry about things that don't need to be worried about. And I get this, like, worry energy here, mostly because of the moon. It's like, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if I can't pay my bills and, like, all this other stuff? And it's like, again, it's funny. It's like time and time again, I've met people through my own life where it's like there are these people, they just don't seem to, like, worry about anything. And it's like, you could say you need to worry about things, but what does worrying do? It actually does nothing, right? So it's like when I meet these people who don't worry, their life just seems to be like a lot smoother, And people, I always get comments. I totally understand because I'm a worrier, right? I get it, but I always get these comments from people who are like, "But you have to worry because of this and that." I'm like, "Yeah, but like, can you actually control those things?" No. So it's like, why worry? And I feel like that's what this row is saying. It's like there's probably a million reasons. It's like maybe you have children and you want to start a business. You're like, but I can't start the business because I got to feed my kids and, I need to have money coming in. Totally understand, totally get it. But I do feel like this reading is like saying, it's time to take a risk. It's time to kind of like see what happens. And that's very interesting. I keep getting this thing for you as well, and I just got it again. Aries, I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your last weekly reading. It's almost like you've been living, in someone else's life. And I feel like it's like the change that's happening for you is you're about to live in your own life. And, it's a very weird message. I don't know how to really kind of verbalize what that means other than the fact that it's like, I feel, maybe you feel. It's like, I feel like all of us, it's like some of us, even if our parents have passed away, I feel could be being controlled by our parents still, even if they're passed away. It's like we could still have beliefs that they passed on to us or something that is kind of like still controlling us. And I do feel this is like the escape of that control. It's like you're leaving that behind. You have the Queen of Swords here, seeing things very clearly here, Aries. You have the Lovers. You definitely have a choice. Two of Swords, Lovers. It's like you have a choice whether to make a change in your life at this time. And the Devil. I'm laughing because I feel like this is part of the control right here, which is exactly what I was feeling, exactly what I was, talking about. It's almost like you're controlled by someone else or something else. I feel like the sooner you realize that, the better. Is that, some of the things that could be preventing you from, bringing your ideas to life here could be other people's beliefs and things like that. I always say, I think it's Esther Hicks who says, "Do not argue for your limitations." But I've also noticed like another thing as well, where it's like sometimes I think, I've done this as well, where it's like, someone will be like, "Oh, do X, Y, and Z in love or in business, and you'll be very successful." And it's like I think our first instinct is to be like, "Oh, that'll never work because of this, that, and the other thing." But I always tell people, it's like start thinking like if this has worked for one person, it could easily work for me. I think we sometimes look for reasons like why something won't work, and I feel like you need to start looking for reasons why it will work with this reading here, Aries. Because you're going to be successful regardless, is what I would say to you. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing here. Next, you have the Simplicity card. I do feel like you should keep things simple here, Aries, as simple as possible. I feel like you need to make sure your brain doesn't get overwhelmed. Where was I seeing that? Right here, the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands has a lot of ideas. He's very spontaneous. He sees like all the possibilities in something. He is the builder of the tarot as well. So it's like I feel like you see all these possibilities in multiple areas of your life. Obviously, keep it simple. You have the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups here. I feel this could be a divine counterpart for sure coming in the future. And I feel like it's just simple. I feel like it's just like it works. So it's like there's no need to question it because it's just going to work. And that's all you need to know. To me, this is a very kind of good connection, the King and Queen of Cups. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to here. It's just like divine counterparts. For others, I feel that there is something you desire. You have the Ace of Cups twice in your reading. And the Queen of Cups, she's like really focused. I always say she's really focused on that cup there. And her cup on the Queen of Cups, it kind of looks like a trophy. It doesn't really look like a cup. So to me, it can represent like keeping your eye on the prize, staying focused here, Aries. So let's see. Boom. Seven of Cups, being spoiled for choice. Exactly what I was saying in the same row here with the Knight of Cups is like he sees all the possibilities. Seven of Cups. So I feel that you need to focus on one cup, one thing that you're trying to manifest. Keep it simple at this time and you will be successful. You have the Seven of Wands here and the Two of Pentacles as well. Definitely having a choice to make. Like I said, you're at this crossroads. I feel like there's one thing you truly desire in your life. You need to go for it. Plain and simple. Very simple reading. I feel like it's just saying there is something you truly desire to have. Maybe it's just an idea. Maybe it's just an imagination at this time with the Seven of Cups. I feel like that's exactly the thing you need to manifest. It's weird. For some of you, I feel like it's love. Like maybe you know a person and you see them as someone that you truly love, I feel like you could easily manifest this love into your life. It could be a Gemini, a Capricorn, and it could also be a water sign as well. But again, it could also be an Aquarius. You have pretty much everything here, so it could be anything. But I do feel for some of you, it's like there is a person that you see as very special, and I would go for it. I feel like you could manifest this into your life. And for others, I feel like this is more of an idea. The moon to me, again, doesn't say stop. The moon to me is a card of innovation. It represents a period after a full moon, and it represents needing to take your ideas down to earth. It represents needing to make something a reality. There really is no good answer on how to get started other than to just get started with the Knight of Wands. He just starts laying the bricks, right? He just does like one little thing at a time. Sometimes I think we stop ourselves by just not getting started, right? Plain and simple. It's like some people, I think, have great like business ideas or job ideas or whatever, and they think like, oh, I'll never, be able to do this. But it's like, maybe if you just take that first step, just do that like one little thing, it's like then the universe will lead you to the next thing, then the next thing. That's how I see this reading going, where it's like, if you just get started on one of your ideas, whatever it is, it's like even starting at the smallest point possible, you will move forward. And I feel like I've said this to you before. But for others, I feel like it's like you're going from a stepping stone. Again, maybe you already have a YouTube channel or a business. It's like you're going to the next thing. That's how I'm seeing this reading. But love it. So thank you for being here, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Aries, and definitely enjoy your month.